But Johnny, moving on into our next topic, our final topic, and we're going DC. That's why I wore my DC shirt today. Got to rep the DC Bros. As Johnny's just got his gray shirt on today.
Plain gray shirt.
Your gray shirt today, which I believe is an injured, like it's if you were on a basketball team and you were injured, but we couldn't red shirt you, so we're going to gray shirt you, so you lose a year of eligibility. So you can still be on the podcast. You can still be on the podcast. You're not going to lose a year of eligibility and not age out. You're gray shirted, so you can stay that extra year on the podcast.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
So that we keep you because we want to keep you on the podcast. But
hey, you lose me, you lose your nerd side.
Yeah, we do. We're talking about DC, and the thing we're talking about DC is they've hired a director to go ahead and make a DC New Gods movie. And what the New Gods are, it's kind of like what we kind of saw with Darkseid. It's basically Jack Kirby's Fourth World is where the New Gods are. And it's like we've seen the old gods were like Zeus and all the ones we saw with Wonder Woman. The New Gods are like Darkseid and I'm blanking on his name, Steppenwolf and all that. Even though Steppenwolf I don't think is actually
your stuff,
one of them. I just couldn't remember his name. I could remember what his god-awful CGI face looked like, but it wasn't god-awful. I'm just harping on DC for many reasons, but...
for not that many great movies.
I don't know about you, Johnny, but I saw this, and my first reaction was, why?
I agree with you on that.
Because here's what I'm thinking. Me being the DC guy, I'll take this one first. Usually I throw it to you, but me being the DC guy, I gotta
prefer that.
I got to get a little bit off my chest here. And the thing I don't understand with DC right now is you're not in a good state.
No, you're not.
You're not. Marvel is kicking your butt. And I know that people are like, well, it's not a war. Well, guess what? I just want good movies from DC. I'll take that at least. And Wonder Woman is pretty much the only one that I can think of that we've seen. Like, Justice League wasn't horrible, but Wonder Woman was amazing. I remember walking out of that going, great, the DCEU is saved.
Yeah.
It is saved. I am at a new place. Thank you for not having this suck.
Ricky had a temporary high.
It was a very temporary high. And the thing I don't understand is, so we have Shazam coming. Aquaman, apparently we're still going to get that at the end of the year. But I feel like I don't know if this is going to be another case of a movie. Yeah, they hired a director, but let's be honest. They got a director for the Nightwing movie, and that one got put on hiatus.
Yeah.
Now, that one's on hiatus mainly, I think, because that director's like, no, I'm not backing out of my contract. So you either fire me or you put it on hold while I go do a D&D movie.
Yeah. There's that. Wasn't Batgirl also put on hiatus now because
Joss Whedon left, and I know those are different situations. Like they're on because Joss Whedon left because the director is kind of holding that movie hostage for the Nightwing. But I feel like even the Matt Reeves stuff, we don't even know what's going on with the Batman.
No, exactly, the Batman universe stuff.
Here is what I'm thinking, and here's my concern with this DC New Gods movie.
Yes.
Would it be interesting? Hell yeah. Give me a freaking origin for all those New Gods that we saw in that scene for Justice League. However, just give me something. Deliver on something first.
Yeah,
because
really.
I feel like DC is that person that's all talk, no or all bark, no bite is what I'm looking for. And it's been the whole time, we're going to have this movie and that movie, and this one's announced, Flashpoint, Shazam, Aquaman, Batman, Nightwing, this one, that one, this one, that one, this one. And then it's like, what do we actually get? A, what do we actually get? B, the ones that we do get, how many of them are quality? I looked at this and I said, it is a great idea on paper. But I am not going to believe anything until I see you, until you prove it to me. It's almost like a relationship, Johnny, because that's what this is.
Yes.
It's really a relationship between me and DC. And I feel like it's at the point where, I don't want to say cheating, but that's the route I'm going to go with, where your significant other has spurned you too many times.
Mm-hmm.
They've really made you angry, and they've really just dug you in the back.
Got your hopes up right in the middle there.
But yeah, they did. They did. They're going to change, but they didn't. However, you're like, I'm going to give them another chance because I believe they're a good person at heart. I want that person that I remember at the beginning. Although the beginning was Man versus Steel, so it wasn't that bad. If it was BVS, and my analogy would have had some trouble. But I want that person that I remember. So you're like, I'm going to give them another chance. This is almost the same thing of like, you know what? You could say whatever you want. I'm not going to believe you until you show me.
Yeah.
Until you show me with action. Until you show me what Flashpoint will be like. Until you show me what Shazam will be like. We talked about it last week. Shazam looks good right now.
So far.
Looks good. Show me at the end of this year what Aquaman is going to look like. Because to be honest, if we have to sit through an hour and a half, 2 hours of what we saw in Justice League, where that was only one of my biggest gripes of, we're underwater, I have to create an air bubble to talk.
Yeah.
If I have to sit through that, no, I'm not. I'll get up and leave. I won't get up and leave.
No,
but
we won't.
I will threaten to get up and leave. But at this point,
you'll be on your phone.
At this point with DC, I almost feel like it's prove to me. Don't say it. Prove to me. Because right now in my head, I'm thinking this is just going to be. I don't want to get hyped up for a movie like this. Because right now, I don't even think it's going to happen.
Ricky doesn't want to get hurt again.
I don't think it's going to happen. And I probably ranted for now the entire 5 minutes we've started this podcast, if not more. What do you think about this? Let me get what you think before I rant this whole thing.
You actually care what I think about this new thing.
I do.
Now that Ricky's got all that.
Man.
You know what? I
didn't expect to get like this either in this segment.
Well, Ricky's been hurt pretty bad.
I have. You've cheated on. Well, not cheated on me, but
you spurned Ricky pretty bad, DC.
Then you give me a little bit of hope.
Yeah, Wonder Woman, and then it like basically starts to slide back into what it used to be.
But what do you think?
Okay, well, my thought is this is too soon for you guys to be trying shit like this. Just because, let's put it...
I'm thinking of the relationship part of it that I said, and you're like, it's too early for you guys. What are we trying, Johnny? What are we doing? Yeah, some weird stuff.
Got some weird stuff. We're trying to save this relationship, damn it.
I don't know if you should be doing that, Ricky. You don't want to end up with a DC kid.
So I'm trying to
I got you there. I got you.
I'm trying to get back out what I was about to say.
All right, go ahead.
I was going to go back on your make fun of your dating thing.
Yes.
You guys, it's too soon for you guys to try that kind of shit in your relationship. You take it slow. Don't go right.
These new guys.
Don't go right into the bedroom right now, Rick. You gotta give it some time. No. Anyways, I'm gonna compare it to Marvel.
Okay.
As harsh as that is.
Well, Marvel's hitting the home runs.
They are. They wear their heart on their sleeve, and they show you everything they know.
Although it's like, you know what you're going to get from a Marvel movie.
They're going through some stuff right now. Okay?
Yeah. No one's perfect.
No one's perfect. They're going through some stuff right now. Mm-hmm. They tried some new things. They're seeing if it works for them.
True.
Anyways, so Marvel did characters that we at least somewhat knew.
Mm-hmm.
First part, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk. Mm-hmm. Then we did Avengers, and then when we got into Phase 2, that's when we started experimenting. Then we threw out Guardians of the Galaxy. Mm-hmm. Who the fuck is Guardians of the Galaxy? I don't know, but Marvel's done a bunch of good ones, so I'm gonna go see it. Had Marvel been doing what they did, would you have maybe debated on going to see Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes.
More?
Exactly. If the MCU sucked, I wouldn't have seen Guardians.
Exactly.
So I'd be like, why am I going to invest my time knowing these guys? I don't know anything about them. Bye.
So as I don't think of the spectrum as what you and I know, or what you know and what you're teaching me, and vice versa when it comes to Marvel. I go of what everyone else will know. You and I have a little bit more background than a lot of people in this stuff. Not a lot. Because
we read comics, we dive into these characters because we love them.
Yeah, you have my DC book at your house for the past year and a half.
I've kept it hostage.
Yes,
Which, to be on that, eventually we are going to get back to that idea we had.
Eventually,
where it's basically Deadliest Warrior with our superhero thing.
Yeah, someday we'll get back to that.
We will. No, we will.
Oh no, I agree. I said someday. I'm not giving them a time frame.
Yeah,
I don't have a time frame.
Tomorrow.
Damn it.
But go on.
Yeah, so that's the thing is, why are you trying New Gods? I barely know anything about them. You know more because A, you have my book, and B, you're the DC guy. But Joe Schmo over here, and yeah, I just use that stupid ass term.
Basically, we're Joe Schmoes.
Okay, then whoever this is over here. Who's this then?
Who the fuck is this guy?
Who the fuck is this guy? Okay, no, seriously, whoever this is then may not know, like he hears New Gods. Who the hell is that? I've got people that I know that got into the Marvel hype, and so they know the Marvel characters. They start learning about them. But unless you know who these people are when it comes to DC, or unless you've done stuff like watched cartoons like we did for years, start looking into them a little bit more, who the hell are the New Gods?
So here, I'll answer that question.
Yeah.
Because I'm reading an article right now just to give the best example. Because I could try to explain who they are.
Yeah.
But it would get lost in translation. So I'm looking at an article here. It says, the origin story of the New Gods goes back billions of years into the history of the main DC comic universe. Readers don't need to know every bit of it to grasp the modern day events or characters. So for simplicity's sake, we'll do our best to summarize. Jack Kirby, who was originally with Marvel, Jack Kirby's dream of a cosmic power play between mythological gods and goddesses actually became a divine realm known as the First World. If you're a fan of ancient history and mythology, Kirby's interpretations are obvious enough, and being the First World eventually ascended to the old gods, thus starting the Second World and taking on names and styles of Norse mythology, Loki, Odin, etc. Soon as they had their own Ragnarok-scale war that decimated the planet and the remaining life forms manifested the two new worlds, the planet's new genesis and apocalypse. The new status quo was dubbed the Third World, and over time history repeated itself as the inhabitants also ascended to godhood and stepped straight into the timeline of the DC comic universe every fan knows. Their so-called new gods of New Genesis and Apocalypse marked the creation of the Fourth World and a unique blend between ancient deities and modern superheroes. The new gods played a direct role in DC's superheroes. The explosion of old gods Ragnarok created a god wave that spread the potential for god superhumans across the universe. But believe us, there's enough story in their own world to keep fans satisfied. In fact, there's one story that drives the rest of the Fourth World for good. It's the story of the respective leaders of each planet, the ruler of the Paradise New Genesis, the High Father, and the ruler of the fiery Hell World Apocalypse, Darkseid. Obviously, the morality play of good versus evil is obvious in Kirby's version of Heaven and Hell, and it's the truce that the two leaders came to which marks the final piece of New God's story. A bargain that requires each ruler to give a son to the other to raise as their own, and it's those sons who soon become the stars of DC's New Gods. So really it's down to, like, we know who Darkseid is. We've seen him, but it's what are we going to, like, how are you going to see that? Because the main characters that would be in this is you've got Scott Free, who's the son of Highfather. He is, I believe, Mr. Miracle is who he is, because he is then raised, since he's the son of Highfather, raised by Darkseid. You also have Big Barda, who's the greatest warrior on Apocalypse, so she's on the side of Darkseid. Then you have Orion, who's the son of Darkseid. He's the one that's going to be raised by Highfather. And then you have Light Ray of New Genesis, which is basically how Big Barda was Apocalypse. Light Ray is New Genesis, and basically that workforce. So there's a story there. And I'm not saying that this story would be bad. I'm not saying that I don't want to see this New God story. I just want to see something first.
Yeah. No.
Give me products to give me faith in you that this won't be another, hey, you know what? We announced it. All right, we're not going to do it.
No, that's what I'm... Yeah, well, there's that plays into it like they've been doing. But like I was trying to say is, don't like try a Guardians of the Galaxy when you haven't had your a very good phase 1. Like you don't have that like pull to try and get everyone to come and see your thing.
Here's the thing I like from it. The thing I do like is I'm seeing an article here where it says Ava DuVernay, who is the director that they're going to have for this movie. There's a lot of excitement around DC's New God movie right now. But the thing is, it might not exist in the DC extended universe. I like that. It's not related to him at all, which is kind of going to the idea that we have heard where DC's like, hey, you know what? We're not going to do that. We're not going to have this thing shared. We're just going to have individual stories and the superheroes kind of go into each movie as they please. Like if we want to use Superman and Shazam, we can do that. If we want to do this, if we want to have a Justice League movie, we can do that and not have it be an extended universe that follows a specific timeline.
That's great. I mean, that helps out with all that stuff. But again, like I'm saying, that's the one thing I'm worried about in a sense with them is you haven't given me good starting stuff.
Oh, shit. Aquaman and Shazam have to hit, and Flashpoint.
Basically, at least I'd say 2 out of 3 ain't bad. If you hit 2 of them really well,
Shazam and Flashpoint.
If you say 2, let's put it this way: if you hit 2 of them really well and hit the other one sort of Justice League,
so
I would think about
the way I'm going to put it really quick. Shazam and Flashpoint then need to hit. Aquaman needs to be that Justice League, because Aquaman was technically filmed and everything during the whole Justice League thing.
Yeah.
So that's the one where it's like, that's the one can be okay.
Yeah.
But Shazam and Flashpoint, those are supposed to be turning the corner.
Exactly. Those need to hit, or, I mean, this idea of getting people on board with New Gods is not really like you. DC, don't expect it to do well.
Exactly.
Because
don't expect it to do well.
Only because, and I'm saying that to DC, not to the fans. DC, don't expect it to do well only because you guys haven't given us a great product. That's like getting a new job. You hand out a bunch of shitty ones, give one good one, and then hand one okay paper.
And the thing I did see online...
They're not going to trust you to hand in another good report.
The thing I did see online is, I'm not going to try to butcher his name, but the actor that's going to play Black Manta in the Aquaman movie apparently is really happy with the footage he's seen so far of the movie. It's promising, but yet again, I look at that and I go, of course you're going to say that. You're in the movie.
True. That is that too.
Like, you want it, like who's going to be in a movie, shoot the movie, and then say, nah, it's shit, don't go see it?
Ben Affleck.
Because he hates being Batman, and it's very obvious that he wants to get out as soon as possible. That was a good one.
Nobody knows what it's like to be the sad man.
Oh, I was going to go Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman.
Behind the cowl.
Behind the cowl. Any final thoughts on this before we end the podcast?
No, just I'm hoping you do well, DC.
I just like...
But don't push things out there that you aren't ready for.
Why are we announcing movies when...
You can't deliver on others?
Well, no. Shazam is filming, which is fine.
Yeah.
But, like, Flashpoint just got its directors.
Yeah.
I don't even think Flashpoint is written yet. We've announced Nightwing. That's not going to happen now. Batgirl, that's not going to happen now. Batman, that might not happen now. It's like, haven't you learned from your mistakes? Because it doesn't seem like it.
Stop crying wolf.
Here's another one that's like, we're going to do this movie. And... you know what? I'll say this. I'll go on a limb, and I hope I'm wrong. 25% this movie happens. 25, because that's the faith I have right now in DC. For them to tell me a movie's going to happen and that it will happen. Like, before it shoots and anything. Yeah. Because we had a director for Batgirl. We had a director for Nightwing. That ain't happening. We've got a director for the Batman. Where's anything on that? This is where you guys come in, though. Let us know what you guys think down below in that comment section.
Way to land on a high note, Ricky.
Want to thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Want to thank you guys for listening. Housekeeping here at the end. Make sure that you check out Patreon.com/Most Valid Podcast. That's how you help support us. $10 tier. You can actually join the Rick and Johnny Podcast once a month if you choose, or any podcast on the Most Valid Podcast Network. Number 2, new show launched. If you like Chicago sports, check out the Outcast, Buzz and Juice. Going to be giving you Chicago sports each and every week. Go ahead and check out our store. Get an MVP t-shirt on iTunes. Give the Rick and Johnny Podcast and all Most Valid Podcasts a 5-star rating. And last but not least, mostvalidpodcast.com. That's where we put everything each and every day. Never miss anything from MVP. Want to thank you guys for listening on podcast services. Want to thank you guys for watching us on YouTube. And as always, have a good day, everybody.